All right. And joining on the broadcast today is Professor Anshu Joshi. She is from School of International Studies, JNU. A very warm welcome to the broadcast, ma'am. Certainly, all eyes are on Trump-Putin meet in Alaska on August 15. As of now, the EU and Ukraine are not on the table, something they continuously are pressing for. Is something expected to come out from this situation?
It's a very interesting situation, complex situation. And when we, the Indians, would be celebrating our 79th Independence Day tomorrow, it would be really interesting to see how this talk goes on in Alaska, wherein Trump is claiming that now he would, after talking to Putin, he would bring this Russia-Ukraine war to an end. But I don't think that tomorrow itself we would be able to hear any solid declaration in this regard, because I think that unless and until both Putin and Zelensky come to the same table and same point, and there is a situation wherein both the leaders agree to the conditions, terms and conditions. So far, so we have seen that Putin wants in written from both Ukraine as well as from NATO members that Ukraine will not join NATO in future, and also the areas captured by Russia will not be returned to Ukraine.
But ma'am, correct, you're right. But as far as the agreements are concerned, you know, there is also a condition that has been put up, you know, when it comes to ceding land, which Zelensky has categorically denied.
Exactly. I was about to come to that point. Please let me complete. So on one hand, when Putin has already come up with his clear-cut conditions that he would not return these 4 strategic areas captured by Russia, because they create a land corridor towards Crimea, which was already annexed by Russia in past. On the other hand, Zelensky has categorically denied that all these areas actually belong to Ukraine, and he wants all these areas back to Ukraine, and he also wants to be like, he wants to emerge as a war hero, which is not possible at the moment. But because of this tiff between the two leaders and what Trump would be talking to Putin, so far so we have also heard kind of a threat from Trump that if Putin does not agree to his terms and conditions, and if a truce is not declared tomorrow, then Russia will have to bear the repercussions. But I don't think that Putin would come under any kind of pressure, because so far so we have not seen him kneeling down, forget in front of United States of America, in front of whole NATO, because indirectly it's a war between NATO and Russia.
Okay, and the Russian leader doesn't seem to be quaking in his boots as of now. Zelensky, Zelensky on the other hand, ma'am, has said that Putin is bluffing about being interested in peace, and you know, has called for reliable security guarantees, noting that it will not cede land. We were just talking about, and we are talking about the Donbas region here. Moreover, perhaps he does not have the authority to do so as far as their constitution is concerned. Could this be a major impediment in permanently ending this conflict?
See, it's not only related to Donbass or for that matter Lugansk. It's also about Zaporizhia and I think Kherson. These are also the important regions wherein at present Russia has captured these areas. When we look at the story from Zelensky's point of view, he definitely wants first and foremost Ukraine to restore to, you know, its original, when the war started, how it was, original condition. And who will now pay for this devastated situation in Ukraine remains a pertinent question. Also, he does not want to give all these areas for natural reasons to Russia. But at the moment, we also see there is a tiff between NATO itself, wherein we have seen that how now Zelensky would be meeting the UK PM soon. He has already spoken to German Chancellor, wherein the French President also attended the meeting virtually. And all these countries seem to be in favor of Zelensky at the moment. So it would be interesting to see tomorrow how this, you know, talk goes on. But unless and until both the leaders sit on the same table, and unless and until terms and conditions are agreed by both the sides, it's clear that how can we, you know, see the announcement related to truce. So there might be some follow-ups. It could be a start tomorrow. After it, there could be some follow-ups wherein officials from both the sides could join the diplomatic table. But I have one point to say that, you know, under pressure and by like forcing someone, wars don't end. So unless and until there is a win-win situation or one side defeats another side on war ground, wars do not end.
Definitely, ma'am. You were just hinting at tomorrow's meeting that it could be a stepping stone, but what President Trump has said, he has warned Russia. So that means a solution has to come out.
On one hand,
And on the other hand, he has also hinted on the second round of talks.
yes.
So
That
this is a
was-
confusing situation in statements by Trump. How do you analyze that?
Trump seems to be in a very confused state of mind at the moment. He's going to meet Putin tomorrow. And just imagine, in the name of Putin and Russia, he has imposed such hefty tariffs on India and Brazil. He's accusing India and Brazil of helping Russia in Russia-Ukraine war by buying oil and gas from Russia. And on the other hand, now he's relying upon Putin, and tomorrow he's going to meet Putin to end this war. So I think Trump in itself seems to be in a very confused state of mind. He gives one statement today, and tomorrow he changes it. So he has given a hint that on one hand, Putin has to agree to all his terms and conditions and announce a truce. On the other hand, he is also hinting towards future talks or follow-up talks. So let's see what happens tomorrow.
All right. Indeed, ma'am. Also, President Trump has also said that there's a very good chance, like I was just mentioning, that they're going to have a second meeting, which will be more productive than the first. So he's already decided in his mind that there will be a second meeting.
That is what I'm saying. That on one hand, he's threatening Putin. Then he is like kind of pressurizing him through his statements that he has to follow all the terms and conditions which would be put on the table by Trump. And then he is also giving a hint by like follow-up talks that there would be future talks as well. So in that condition, we can make it out that tomorrow it is highly unlikely that the truce or any such kind of announcement related to ceasefire would be announced.
Okay, ma'am. Very quickly, one last question. Very quickly, what do you think about the Zelensky and Keir Starmer meeting? What is likely to come out of that?
Whatever will happen in future, I have to say one thing, that it is Ukraine which has lost everything at the end of the day, at the cost of Zelensky's own ego, or I don't know, I mean, why he is not understanding that it is his country that has paid the price for this war so far, and why he is not understanding that Ukraine is just a puppet in the hands of NATO led by United States of America.
All right. We'll see what will happen tomorrow after the meeting. Thank you so much, ma'am. We'll leave it there.
Thank you.